Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we will be working on May setup or bullet journal. I'm just going to be working pretty much here in silence, but if anybody wants to pop in and say anything, I'd be happy to talk. All right, let me move my chair. Let's get into it. Oops. I'm sitting on this new fangled. It's like it was slightly raised. I'm sitting at a coffee table, so I have this chair that's like slightly raised, and underneath is where I have my paper and textiles and stuff. A couple of bags. So, sorry for all the noise. Ooh. You know, like those Taibo type things where you step up onto them and then you knee. That's where I'm sitting right now. So hope it doesn't distract. So I'm going to be using the same setup that I used last month. Well, this month I intend to do better at being on top of things. So just so I can get the layout, I'm just sliding it down a touch. I don't know if you can see. Let me turn the brightness up here. Stretch. Stand. One sec. Water. Okay. Oops. Let me grab brightness here. One sec. Ooh. Okay. Put my water back down. Okay. Right. Let's get into it. Oh, wait 1 second. Let me make sure my setup is okay by checking it on my phone. One moment, please. I'm trying to find mine, and everybody had already set up their journal. Of course, everybody would have already set up their journals, but everybody set up their journals like weeks ago. But today's the day. Sorry. It should be all right. Let me just check the sound. Mic check. Oh wait, I just muted it. Huh. Well, that's fine. Whoops. Oh, it's okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. My phone is working. Okay, so now we're going to be okay. Let's go ahead and get this set. Apologies for the delay. All right, first off, I'm pretty much here going to work in silence, so just need to know where I am using this as a lineup. See to know where everything is. And then I also have this same spread layout. This is like my favorite layout right now, so I can just use it. Okay. 7. And this here. I can't do the dot lines because that's like the month and stuff, or the weeks, but I can use it for the. Okay. I'm intending to do something different than before, so hopefully. Let's see, do I need anything else from here? See how far down that goes. Oops. Let me see. on. Okay. I could just be procrastinating, but you know. Being picked up on the camera. Maybe I should drink some water. More on that later. Mhm. I don't know. Okay. Things are looking okay. May have 31 days. Mm, okay, 20. Yes, it does. 30. How interesting. I have my little calendar. I'm trying to. I'm trying to contemplate whether I should just ramble on about what's on my mind. But I also don't want to complain. But basically, it's very difficult to find videos on YouTube of your own content. Even if you type the title word for word and your username, or not username, but channel name, it's, it's not there. So even if you block out the time in which, or when you do the filters and say today, it's not there. So I'm like, it's a little bit sad to see that if you don't have a channel that has views, then you will actively be not only not pushed, but you will actively be suppressed in some ways from the algorithm. It saddens me a little bit the way YouTube functions in that way. But I don't think YouTube is special. Everybody, you know, only respects people who have a following. It's just, I wish that if I were to type out my entire channel name, I would be able to find it. And I've seen this same, I don't know, the same pattern for like channels that are smaller, that I would type out the exact name word for word and it's not there. I think it's like it's, just the algorithm. I don't think people are doing this specifically, but yes. But it's not very useful to have this kind of conversation, I guess. I'm going to make myself little blocks. I'm probably going to continue silently on. But if you happen to see this video and you like this kind of content, me just, it helps me to, I don't know, focus in, get it done. If you like that kind of content, you can feel free to subscribe. It's nice. It's free. If you would want to. Or hit a like button, or thank you for just watching. Make my little bubbles. So I intend to, I guess I could start by explaining some of the things that are going on in this spread and why I like it so much. Um, so if we look at the top here, we have just a calendar, which is nice. And this is going to be for the whole month, so we have 31 days marked out here. Um, Hold on, just fix some of this. Okay, so I have the weeks marked out, so I know exactly what I've done that week. I have the day of the week that things are happening. Here I have a sleep log, which I still have to write in the numbers. So it starts at 1. I started at, yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 6. Sorry. Oops. Not military time, so 2. So here's the sleep log, and here appears the habit tracker. I'm deciding to, for habits, what was that? Okay, for habits, there are, sorry, there's a fruit fly. Sorry. One second. I'm gonna go take it out. Sorry. Sorry. So what was I talking about? So this is the spread that I like. Um, we have the full month, which is nice to just see, days. And then if I need to like circle anything or put appointments or anything like that, I can do that. Um, then I still have this daily schedule that I like to put in all of my spreads, just so that it keeps me on top. Or like this is like the ideal day if you happen to see that another of my videos where I put that in there, but I do enjoy having just like a good idea of what the day is supposed to look like. Here we have, this is new, this is the inbox section. So that is all of the different projects that I'm working on that are like, you know, month based, like month, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you know, you dump everything here. And on this side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. There are 4 weeks roughly in this, not including the first 3 days. There are 4 weeks. If this was like, you know, divided up more evenly, where, you know, there was like 2 less days here and 2 more days, I would put 5 weeks. And that's just so that I can know what week I'm doing what. So I'll write out the item and then I'll put a dot next to the week that I want it to occur in. Here we have the habit schedule. So I'm trying to make sure that I am on top of when and where I'm doing things and that they're occurring at the same time. At the same time that they're occurring, I have the time and place mapped out of when it's occurring. Yeah, I think I could have said that better, but you know. So what I mean is I will have pick a time, pick a duration, and make sure that I'm doing these things at the times in which I say I'm going to do them, you know, and then I'll mark it down when and where and how that's like supposed to occur. I hope that makes sense. And then what else is there? Next up off of that is I have the habit schedule. I'm sorry, not habit schedule, habit tracking and sleep log. And the sleep log isn't just a sleep log, but it's mostly a sleep log where I've divided up the day. So I'm supposed to be getting up at 7 and going to bed. I'm going to set a dang it. I wanted to set the bedtime at 11. I should have shifted it down one so that it would be at a dotted line and not at a half section, but it's fine. I'll just roughly make a dotted section in between these guys about like this is about when I'd like to be in bed by so I have a dotted line going across the bottom. It's like that's where the sleep starts, and then this is about when I'm supposed to be getting up. I've been getting up really early and then like not being able to get back to sleep as easily, which is rare for me. So hopefully I can get that together. But for the habit tracker, I wanted to mention that I'm going to be trying to track. There are 2 types of indicators for habits: lead indicators and lag indicators. And I would like to become more on top of tracking the lag indicator, or I'm sorry, the lead indicators. So any item that I'm like working on up here, like say a month long like goal that I would like to have, across all 4 weeks of the month, I consider that to be like I have to then map out what constitutes a win for that goal that isn't just um getting the goal, and then I'll put them on the side here, and then I will mark out how many times I think that's going to get the goal. So it works better when I like have items to like explain it. So, or like an example, like say the goal was to, you know I don't know, run a 5K or something. I would write run a 5K, and then that would be all 4 of these, and then I would write, you know did I run every day, track my times, things of that nature, rather than being like able to run a 5K, because that's something I can't track every day. That was a terrible example, but I hope you understood. um Alternatively, there are like mm, all of the ones that I can think of are just like similar exercise related ones, but there are like goals where you have to like continue. So yeah. um um with these little pouches or little like bubbles, I have like specific things that I'm supposed to write in. It's not just like here's like the morning routine. It's not just the morning routine. It's like, wake up, brush teeth, what am I doing after that? It's the habit stack that I have here, um, illustrated down this chart. You know what I mean? You know. And then in here in the sleep log at the bottom, if I ever feel like getting fancy, which I rarely do, but I can mark in, like I can color code the items that are further up on the goals list. I can color code that and match them to the items down here, or I could at least mark them in and then mark them here. It doesn't have to be like color coordinated, but yes, so that's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be inter system. The habit stack is here, and it also is displayed here, which can be displayed here at the bottom here, and the habits can be marked inside this section, and all of the items that I want to achieve will be put into this section, which then can be dispersed throughout all of the different elements of the items. That is why I like this setup so much. I also like setups where it's like oriented the same. So if it's all here, it's all oriented in the what do you call that? Not vertical, but kind of vertical plane. And then if it's like here, it's all landscape and portrait. So this is like the portrait. If I want all of my spread to be located portrait plane, and this is landscape. I want everything to be located on a landscape level. And then also I will be um doing bi-weekly setups so that way I can see all of the different elements and how they work. This is not the official. Like, if I were to, I might explain this in a proper video, but I haven't made one of those in a long time, and I'm just trying to get back into the habit of coming on here and talking to you guys. So, if you enjoyed this so far, thank you so much. Okay. So I do have some items that I want to write out. But I want to make sure they're in some kind of order. The inbox is just like a brain dump. This is just like a larger month-long brain dump, but they could be smaller ones for the week spreads that I will make on the next page. Also, oh, what was I gonna say? Hmm. I could just write in sleep log. It's worse. That's good enough. Um, okay, let me think. I think that's everything. This is the blank spread of the month. I should probably, I really like this layout. Um, like if there was a journal that, you know, consistently produced layouts like this, just it's just back to back to back types of layouts, then I would get that. I also have to do, where is, one moment. What's this? Dang. Okay. So May's, this is just a journal I picked up at the store. And I have to set up monthly reflections and set up the month. It also has smaller trackers and stuff. I thought this was a cute spread. It's not mine, but obviously. But like here's, well, this has a cute question of the month. What advice would I give the person I was 5 years ago? And I think they're different each month. We go to the other months. What compliment would you like to receive most? And then there's, what do you, I'm sorry, what will you do this month that you're especially looking forward to? Let's see, and the last month, let's see, this one is, so I might be here a lot more because I want to journal in the mornings, even though I kind of, okay, what hobby would you like to learn and why? Sorry. At least they're cute. Yeah, so I have to set up this month. And, you know, notes and whatnot. I might be trying to journal more on camera. So I guess I should just fill this out. I'm trying not to, what do you call it? You know when you like set a goal, but you told everybody your goal, and so now you don't do it? Try not to do that thing. Um, and I might put this on like a post-it note or something. Do I have any paper? What piece of paper in here that I could just write on? I know I do. That's why I. No. Oops. Hey, sorry, I'm reading. Two, 4, 8. What? So there's only like I think there was only 28 items that can be on this particular list that could be marked out for these 4 days, and I'm trying to keep my items that I'm doing low, but like, you know, if I need more I will be working on it for the daily spreads, which probably, you know, this isn't that many, but you know, I might be particular on what I allow to write in here, so I don't know. But yeah, I think that this is everything for today. Or, you know, yeah, today's almost up, but everything for this schedule, this journal. So this is what the journal looks like. This is the setup. I'm gonna put it horizontal. I apologize for the look. I can't make it any more parallel than it is, unfortunately. But yes, so I have sleep log. Today I woke up late and I went to sleep late. Went to sleep at like 1. So that's from last time. Well, I don't want it to mess up my official pattern, so I will just, yeah. Um, Thank you guys for watching. If you've seen this, if you stayed to the end, I hope you gleaned or grabbed something good and it was worth your investment of time. I appreciate everything you've done so far, and I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys the next time you click on one of my videos. Thank you so much. Bye.